Good morning and welcome to the primary assembly. It's back to me, Mr. Hanna, this week, but I really hope you enjoyed the last two assemblies, one delivered by Mr. Cook and one by Mrs. Hayes, and thank you to both of them for all their efforts. I hope you're staying motivated and still managing to engage with some of the work set by your teachers if you're at home, and if you're in school and seeing this, I hope you're having a fantastic time and you've managed to settle into a routine. We look forward over the next 2 weeks to seeing as many children as possible back in for their day so that they have a chance to see some of the primary staff team. Okay, this week I've chosen a different story and a craft activity where I'm going to show you how to draw something this week. The story I've chosen is called The Little Raindrop. Okay, here we go. The Little Raindrop. One dark and stormy day, a little raindrop fell out of a cloud and flew faster and faster through the sky. A gust of wind blew little raindrop sideways, and in a dazzling flash of red, orange and yellow, he found himself inside a rainbow. Enjoying the beautiful colours, little raindrop fell through green, blue, indigo and violet before another gust of wind blew him out of the rainbow. Splash! Little raindrop landed in a shallow puddle on top of a large rock. Splish, splash, splosh! Lots of other raindrops fell all around him until the puddle was overflowing. Little raindrop ran down the side of the rock and joined a stream. In the stream, little raindrop drifted through woods and bounced over pebbles. He played with small shimmering fish and watched them dart around as deer and rabbits came to drink at the water's edge. Sometimes laughing children would race sticks in the water, and little raindrop would chase them under the bridges, dodging the swirling grass and fluttering leaves. After a while, the stream joined a river, and little raindrop floated along in the strong current. At times the river was calm and peaceful, and little raindrop watched diving kingfishers and larger fish as they swam slowly by. At other times the river was noisy and rough. Little raindrop raced along rapids and dived down waterfalls, carefully avoiding the jagged rocks at the bottom of the falls. Eventually, the river reached the sea, and little raindrop was pulled far away from the shore. He met friendly dolphins, who played and danced in the sunlight, and he listened as they whistled and clicked their greetings to each other. One day, the tide pulled little raindrop back to the beach. He surfed the waves and crashed onto the shore until finally he came on the soft sand to rest. The sun shone down on the sand, and little raindrop got hotter and hotter and hotter until the warmth of the sun drew him up into the air. It was cooler in the sky, and little raindrop joined a cloud that was already full of other raindrops. Little raindrop was ready to fall to earth and begin his journey once more. That's the end of the story. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that story, and now we're on to this week's craft activity. So we're going to make a little puppet again this week, but actually someone at home might recognise this piece of origami because you can use it and make different things from the one piece of paper that we're using. Okay, so all we're going to need this week is a piece of paper, A4, and a pair of scissors, and we're going to start in the same way as usual by creating a square. So we're just going to fold over like so, and run our finger along the crease line, and then taking our pair of scissors very carefully we're going to cut off the rectangle to one side, and again if you need a bit of a hand here just ask someone at home to help you cut this off. And when that's done we're just going to pop the pair of scissors to one side because we won't need those anymore, and the rectangle piece of paper to one side. Okay, now we should have a square that we're ready to use. And our first step is to fold it in half like so, making sure that we match up the edges very carefully and run our finger along the crease line. And then we're going to take that piece of paper and fold it in half again, just like so. Be careful to run your finger along the creases, as you're going to need these creases to line things up to later. Okay, I'm opening up the piece of paper, and you can see my crease line's running across the middle. I'm going to turn it round, and I'm taking the corner here, and I'm actually going to fold it right in to the centre point. And then run my finger along the crease line. I'm going to turn the paper around and repeat the same thing again. And a third time, and then we'll take the final piece and fold it into the middle. Okay, now we're going to take the whole shape and I'm going to lift it up and turn it over, And I'm actually going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So here's my centrepiece. I'm going to take my first bit here and I'm going to fold the point into the centre. Being very careful to run my finger along the crease lines now as the paper's a bit thicker. I'm going to repeat that again, folding the point into the very, very middle. And then a third time. And then with the very final piece. It's nice and simple this week. Okay, now for our final step, we need to take this piece here and we're going to fold it in half, like so, making sure we pop the inside down. I'm going to fold it, I'm going to run my finger very firmly along the crease. Then I'm going to fold it in half again. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just making sure I really make sure those crease lines are all there. And then I'm going to open the piece of paper out. And we're not going to use this side, but we're actually going to use the other side. And we're going to take the little holes that we've created and pop our fingers inside them and just pop them out, like so. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And we end up with something like this, all ready to decorate. And we're actually going to turn it into a puppet. So we're ready to decorate. Okay, and I've chosen to decorate mine like a shark. Here you go, his mouth on the inside and the shark on the outside. But I've got lots of other ideas for you too. You could do a pig. Maybe try a chicken. What about a crab? Or finally maybe a peacock. Now I hope you've enjoyed that craft activity. Maybe you can put on a puppet show for someone at home, or you could film something and send it in. Now we're looking forward to seeing those of you that are coming in for Transition Day this week and over the following week as well. And I can't wait to see your smiling faces at the gate in the morning. And it won't be long until September when it looks like we'll all be back in school together. Have a good week, take care, and I'll see you all very soon.